So it's Neil Levy here at the Vaults on Icebreaker Festival 2026 with myself, Neil Levy, and
Victoria Aban.
And we are now joined by the amazing Matt Hennessy.
Hello.
How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, very, very good. So this has been a crazy month for you, really.
Mental.
So you've got a headline in a couple of weeks.
No, a couple of days.
Couple of days.
Heartbreakers on Thursday. Heartbreakers Southampton. We're headlining on Thursday the 5th of February.
That's fantastic, isn't it? It must be great for you, really, with everything coming up.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's timed really nicely because we got accepted for Road to Victorious. We got what else did we get? We've got I timed the single. The single was planned to come out at the same time as the headliner, so I've got a single coming out on Wednesday. Obviously the headline is Thursday. It's all all going really nicely, and I think it's going to be a good couple of weeks coming up.
So you've been on the circuit for a few years now.
Yeah.
What's your journey? What got you sort of interested? You know, I know Victoria's going to ask you more about that.
So I've been playing since I was 4. I'm 21 now, so I've been playing guitar since I was 4. I joined my first proper band when I was about 12, 13. We were a punk band, and then I was on bass, and then I ended up playing bass for a blues band, which is like whiplash going from punk to blues. And then I joined a pop band where I started playing guitar, and that was Not So Clever. They're still quite active in the area, actually. So I don't play with them anymore, but yeah, they're good friends of mine. So I started my own thing towards the end of my time with them, and I left to kind of focus more on that. So that was I started up about November 2024 with my own stuff, and since then it's just kind of been on the up, really. So we about a year ago we supported Tom A. Smith in Southampton. We supported Honeybuzz at the Wedge Drums in Portsmouth, and we had just loads of cool stuff going on. We actually got the chance to support Cassia last year as well, which is one of my favourite bands. So since then we've been working towards doing more headliners, releasing more music, and everything's just kind of taken a big kind of upwards turn with my upcoming single. So I think everything's it's going really well. Next single's coming out on the 4th of February, so really excited to share it with everyone, you know.
So talk to us more about your new single. What can we expect to hear from it?
I don't know how to explain it. So it's just it's like a bass riff that I wrote a couple of years ago, and I had it kind of in the bank for ages. But it's like really, really energetic sort of stuff, sort of thing that I like to jump around to. That's kind of how I like to write my music. So I think that's what you can expect. You know, more very energetic, just good fun. I think I'm excited to share it with everyone, like I said.
So when you're actually writing a song, is it a case of you could be out somewhere and think, oh yeah, I just thought of something, you write it down there, then, or do you try to be more focused and stay at home and you find yourself in a little place where you can actually concentrate and think about what you want to write?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So yes, all right. So when you're writing a song, if an idea comes to you, do you think, right, I'll do that when I get home? You mentally stick it in your head, or do you just write it down there and then, or you just like to be in a more focused place where you can just concentrate on what it was?
It depends really, and I kind of come up with ideas every couple of days or so. Like I just a little idea, like a riff or a lyric, like a phrase or something I could put to lyrics. I'm usually not in the mood to write when I come up with something, so I'll get it down on like a voice note, or I put it in my notes because I will forget it otherwise. And then I just have this big bank of lyrics and voice notes for like riffs and stuff that, or chord progressions, for example, that I can kind of refer back to when I get a big idea, like a bigger idea than any of those smaller ones, and I'll see what I can kind of latch onto that from there, and I'll just build the song out of that. So it's a slower process than a lot of people do, but I think it helps me come up with stuff I'm more proud of.
So you've been playing for quite a while now. Something I heard earlier on, actually, one of our presenters, Lily Parr, asked this question. I think it was a really, really good question. If you could have a choice of someone to play with, collaborate with, either in a gig or on music, and it could be anyone you like, who would be your ideal?
That's a really good question. I think if it could be anyone ever, it'd be Johnny Marr from the Smiths. Just the first ever gig I went to was seeing him at the Wedge Drums. I actually met him backstage. Really lovely guy. I would I would love to work with him. Maybe a more modern artist would be like Royston Club or something like that. I'd really like that kind of music, but obviously like the melodies of the Smiths and stuff. There's something that always caught my attention about that, and that's why I write the way I do. I think I'm very inspired by them, so I think most of the time it'd be Johnny Marr.
So who was your biggest inspiration into getting into music, or like what inspired you the most?
My cousin got me into the Smiths when I was 4. And
quite a young age, but
we saw him busking in Chichester, and he was playing Ask, which is off the Lads and the Bombs album. And I think I just kind of, it's a strange band to get into when you're 4, the Smiths, but I've been depressed ever since. But I'm joking.
When I was 4, I was obsessed with Queen because of my dad.
Oh, great band.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Smiths have always been that inspiration for me. I would say a lot of other bands have come along, but the Smiths have always kind of been in the back of my head. That kind of thing, I've got to thank my cousin for that.
So quite sort of like the retro, sort of like 80s, 90s stuff.
Yeah, 80s like rock and roll sort of. It's such a diverse decade for music, I think, and the 90s.
Yeah.
There's so much that was going on around that time that I think it's really hard not to avoid some sort of influence from it, I think. But I like that. It's very, very vibrant, sort of, you know?
Yeah. So describe the moment you found out that you were being nominated to Road to Victorious. What was that like?
I think I just got out of the shower, so I was dry. I got a call from Ben. I was drying off, and I got a call from Ben, and my flat has like no service, so I got a call from him, and I was trying to answer his questions, and he was just like, "I can't hear you, mate." And I was like, so I called him back on WhatsApp because that works off of Wi-Fi.